What's up, YouTube? It's Big Unks, PIGUNCS, coming at you with my 2016 horror review, I guess you would call it. First of all, Happy New Year. I hope all of you made it through to 2017 safely. Right now I'm going to give you a list of my 10 favorite horror movies, with one that almost made the list but didn't quite make the list, and then my 3 least favorite. So my almost made the list but didn't quite make the list is an entry that most people are probably not going to agree on. Oh, just so you know, I'm not going to go into huge detail about each movie because probably most of you have already seen them all and everything. So, but I'll give a little detail. I got Yoga Hoser as my almost made the list, and people are gonna be like, "What? That movie was so stupid." The movie was stupid, but the movie was supposed to be stupid, and it did stupid very well. So, if you do what you're supposed to do and you do it well, you're a good movie. Yoga Hoser was supposed to be a stupid horror movie, and it was a stupid horror movie, and I kind of enjoyed it. So I got that as my almost made the list. My number 10 is probably going to get a lot of kickback, but it just didn't work for me. It worked for a lot of other people, but The Witch. I thought it was a decent story. I didn't really get into it. I didn't like the characters. The setting was done really nice, but I don't know, just didn't affect me as did other people. Number 9, we got Ouija, Origins of Evil. This is kind of like the flip-flop of The Witch. This, I really liked the characters, but the story was stupid. The story was really bad. The setting, because it was done like in the, I think it was like in the 50s and 60s, or late 50s, early 60s. It was done really well in that time frame, but just the story was so stupid. But I really liked the characters, and the little girl in that one, I want to see what she's going to do, because I think she's going to grow up and be like a great actress, because I think she did a really good job, and she has a really nice little look and everything. Number 8, 10, 9, 8 is 31. Now this is another one that probably didn't make a lot of people's lists, and I don't know if it made the list just because I like Sherry Zombie, I like Richard Brake, I like E.G. Daily, I like Rob Zombie, I like Malcolm McDowell. I thought some of the characters were good. I thought some of the characters were not good. I thought the story was kind of good, but then I thought it kind of got a little bit convoluted, a little weak, and so I don't know. But I did enjoy the movie. I saw that movie several times. Went and saw it when it was in the excuse me, when it was in the theater for that one night only thing. So it made my list. This next movie, when I watched it, I kind of felt like it was kind of really original, but afterwards I was like, well, this wasn't totally original, but it was pretty good. It had a decent story. It's the movie Pet. Don't get me wrong, there were a lot of problems with that movie, but I liked I liked the characters, I liked the setting, I liked the way it was shot. I thought they could have used Jeanette McCurdy a lot more, and how she got him from the dog pound to the storage place, we'll never know. But it's just, I liked there was a lot of flips, and I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a pretty good movie. It's not a great movie. It's not Godfather of movies, but it was pretty good. The next movie, I haven't seen anybody else review this movie, but I do like to watch a lot of foreign films. It's the Train to Busan, and I'm gonna be honest, I think it's probably the best zombie movie I've seen in probably maybe 5 years. I don't want to, because I think most of you probably haven't seen it, but it's a really good. I always, whenever you see like a zombie movie, to me, it's like you know, I, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to work. I don't know. I just like the way they kind of did this. The characters were pretty good. Um, it's when I first started watching it, I was like, I heard Samuel L. Jackson screaming "snakes on a plane" in my head because this is zombies on a train. But it's a pretty good movie. I would definitely go and watch it. This next movie I saw quite a while ago, and I personally did not consider it a horror movie, but it's listed under horror everywhere, horror and thriller and everything, and it's The Green Room, or just Green Room. I thought it was a really good movie. I thought it was done really well. Some of the characters were really interesting. Um, it has a good ending, good middle. Setup is nice. The setup is actually really good because like a few years back when I was doing the independent film thing, you'd get an ad that said, "Hey, we're looking for a boom op, for 3 days." You call the guy up and you're like, blah blah blah, and they're like, "Yeah, just show up, bring your $4,000 worth of equipment out to the middle of this field." And there was a few times. I mean, I wasn't personally really scared for my life, but there was a few times where I was like, driving into warehouses going, "Is this where I get robbed and all my equipment gets stolen?" So the beginning, the Green Room, I kind of felt a connection to. I thought it was pretty good. Um, number one, two, three, four. The number four for me, I don't know. It's Don't Breathe. I watched it. I thought it was pretty good, but I think it's just like hearing everybody else talk about how much they love this movie that kind of built it up in me. I mean, it's a pretty good story. It's got the twists and the turns. It's got the interesting fact that all the exterior shots were shot in Detroit. All the interior shots were shot over in Europe for some unknown reason. But so, number four. Number three, another one of the movies that I haven't heard anybody mention on either good or bad lists. It's Conjuring 2. I love the Conjuring movies. I love the Conjuring movies. I love Annabelle. So Conjuring 2 was good for me. It's not a perfect movie. It's got some problems, but it's still a really good movie, and it's leading to the one that they're coming out with, I think this year, with the Spooky Nun. So I love those characters. I love the husband and wife. So I hope they keep making Conjuring movies. Excuse me. Number two. I've heard a few people mention this, but not as high up as me. But this is another one that it's Southbound, which it's kind of like VHS. So people have seen. I think it's four. I think it's four movies, four like short movies that they put into one that tell a circular story. And I remember thinking one of the movies was just kind of lame, and one of the movies was but the other two movies were like really, really good. So that's what I really liked it, and they were original, and there was a really good home invasion one, and so it's good. God, I don't know what's wrong with this coffee. And my number one movie from 2016 is 10 Cloverfield Lane. I've heard many people having this on their list. It's usually up near the top. But this to me is like the epitome of the perfect monster movie. It gets a little kind of, I think, silly at the end with the aliens jumping around, but the whole movie, the whole build-up, it's just the monster at the door. But you also have the monster inside. So it's, and for some reason I can't remember his name right now, so I'm gonna call him Dan Connor. Dan Connor does an incredible job. I always thought he was a great guy. I usually always thought he should have played Kingpin. Although I do think Michael Clark Duncan did a really, really good job playing Kingpin in Daredevil, even though that movie was horrible. But yeah, I always thought he should have played Kingpin. So, Tim Cloverfield Lane, my favorite movie of the year. I don't know, did I do my 3 least favorite movies? Number 3, Disappointment Room. Talked about that here and on my Instagram page. Number 2, The Boy. Ugh, that was just bad. And my number 1 least favorite movie of 2016 is Incarnate. Incarnate. Ugh, those are just the dregs. Should have done those first and left you guys on the high point of 10 Cloverfield Lane. Alright, well, thanks for listening to me ramble. I hope you guys enjoyed 2016 and can't wait for 2017. Now go sit quietly in the dark.